Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to grade 4 coding for today, July 2020. And today we are going to look at our second part of variables, and then variables with our artist. Just want to welcome everybody first joining us on YouTube, and anybody that might be joining us in class for the first time today. I know sometimes have some students watching in, following along as I go through the puzzles. So welcome to everybody, and I hope that we're going to have some fun again today. And let's quickly look at our objectives for today. And then before we actually go to code.org, I just quickly want to go through a couple of things with you again. So as soon as I'm done, then I'll go to code.org, share the link with everybody, because I saw that we have some confusion yesterday because it is something new, but some of you I could see really understood what we did yesterday. So please, if you have no problems with the lesson, let's be patient with those that did struggle a little bit, and then we can just make sure that we are all on the same page and we can carry on to some new lessons with confidence as soon as we finish up with this one. Okay, so guys, let's quickly review what we spoke about yesterday. What are variables and what our objectives would be today. So firstly, to assign values to existing variables. Okay, and also our second objective, to utilize variables in place of repetitive values inside of a program. So remember, we spoke about what a variable is, and let's quickly look at the purpose for that. I'm going to go through that again. So let's just quickly, what's the purpose of using variables? This stage teaches the most basic use of variables as a constant. That is the reason for this, that reoccurs frequently in a program. Okay, so what we're going to do today, and those are the two words we looked at yesterday as well. What is a variable? A label for a piece of information used in a program. So remember, the variable, we're going to name it, and then we will be able to recall that piece of information or that code as many times as we want, or the value we've assigned to it. Then also, what is a constant? Because we can use a constant within a variable. Or a constant is something that doesn't change, but a variable used throughout a program that never changes value. So it's still a variable. It's still something that we can go and change. It's just that in this part of the lesson, we use it as a constant. We will only assign one value, and then we will use that value for everything that we do. Okay, so I hope that helps. But as we go through the lesson, I'm sure you'll be able to see exactly what we mean by that. Okay, I'm quickly going to have a look at what the new block looks like. And there we notice that blocks now have a new way to enter numbers. So it looks like a little puzzle piece. We'll have a little puzzle piece, and we will drag the value into our code and our code blocks to determine a length or a size. They're just little puzzles. Now we have to remember, because this is the one place where some students got a little confused yesterday. Sometimes it won't show a value. It won't show a number. It's going to show a word. It's like, but how can a word be a length or a distance? And I'm going to show you quickly what I mean by that. If we look, I'm just waiting, there we go. if we look at this block, it says set, and then it just says first number, and then there's a value of 2. Okay, so variables are placeholders for information that can change. Having a placeholder makes it possible to write a program even when you won't know all the values until later. So we can put a place, so we can set maybe the distance between 2 points. We can set an age. We can set the size or anything we want. So we can name this block anything we want. Okay, so maybe if we want to make squares and we want to just use straight lines and we want to make the line a specific length, we can say set line to 50 pixels, set distance to 100 pixels. So then we have to remember that once we've set a distance, we can just go and recall this block, because then we can put in length, we can put in size, we can put in height, anything we want. Okay, so in that case, we won't use numbers, but we will use words, because we've already assigned a number to each word, if that makes sense. But I'm going to go back to that puzzle we did yesterday, and I'm quickly going to show you guys there as well. Okay, guys, so I think maybe there's one more slide. There we go. There's the slide I'm talking about. Here we set length. If we look on top, let me just quickly change to my pen so I can write on my screen. There we go. Here on top, I'm going to make a little arrow next to it. There we go. There it says set length to 50. Okay, so we know that the length of the line we are going to use, or the distance we are going to move forward, will be 50 pixels. And then you will see in our move forward block, we've just put length. We don't have 50 pixels or 100 pixels. It just says length, because the length has been predetermined up here when we set length to 50. So every time we use the word length, we know it will be 50. But we can always go back and change this little puzzle block at the end, or change the value inside the puzzle block to anything we want. So that once you've changed this, everything in your code where you've had length will then change to your new value. So instead of having a block where you have to go and then manually type in all your values over and over if you want to change one thing, if you want to make it a bit bigger or smaller. Now, everywhere in your code, think about it. If you used move forward by 50 pixels 100 times and you typed in 50 pixels, you had to go and change all 100 blocks from 50 to a 100. But now, just because we've got length and we've predetermined it at the start, you just have to go to that one block, change it to 100, and everything in your code where you've used length will then change to 100. Okay, so I hope that explains it a little bit, and you'll see it will have an open space like this where we will just put it in. Okay, guys, so if you give me, and I also just quickly want to remind you, remember variables do change inside a program. So we will also start writing variables that don't have a set value that might change. And yesterday we used the example of age, where every year you have to +1. So your value will change here. And then we can always write the code like that, so that every time we move on one here, we will start with, if we start this here and you are 10, every year after this year, it will be +1. So it will then be age +1 for next year, which will be 11. That would be our new value. the year after that, then it would be 11 plus 1. So then the code will automatically change the age of someone you are sending a card to. Okay, so let's go to code.org. If you guys give me a moment, I am going to share my screen. I just want to switch between screens. And then as soon as I'm there, I'm going to share the link with everybody. New share. Okay, there we go. This is the one we did yesterday. Let me quickly share that with you. Yes, Dante, we went on to number 8, and I kind of gave it to you as a homework challenge. So we haven't finished 8 yet. I just wanted to come back to 7 quickly, just so that we can look at what we did before we move on to puzzle number 8. Okay, I just want to run through this quickly with everybody. First thing, let's look at in our toolbox, and here we'll see set length 2. And then here you can see you can make your own, rename all length, rename this variable. So you can make some variable blocks by yourself, and I see Dante is in, and you can set values, or you can assign values to any one of them. But let's quickly see if we can create one. What will happen if we, there we go. If we click on that, we see it says new variable name. So maybe we can just change that to height and create. Set height to. There you can see I've changed that block. Now I have a new block in my toolbox, which I've changed to set height. And then later on you can add a value to that. Okay guys, so let's just quickly, but we're not going to do that one right now. I want us to remember, let's break down this code we've got here. They gave us instructions in the previous puzzle that our length of our triangle will be 50. Okay, and I see I just have to hold on a little bit. Some people are still struggling to get in. No problem. I'm going to share the link again. There we go. And as you guys get in, I'm just going to explain. In the meantime, I'm not going to do anything, so you can just see. Remember our comment block, it doesn't do anything to our code. It just helps us make notes. And this note that I've made here says triangle. So I know that the code below this is each little triangle. And how do I make a triangle? I move forward by length. And remember, my length is 50. And I turn 120 degrees. And I do that 3 times. So this is my triangle. The one part that we did struggle with a little bit yesterday was the jump forward blocks. Okay, so remember, the jump is exactly the same as the move. Okay, it just, in the case of jump, we don't draw a line. Okay, so where if we wanted to draw a line, then we would use move. But if we just want to get to a point without drawing a line, we jump. I'm just going to scramble this up a little bit because I want to show you guys quickly. Move and then turn. Okay. I'm going to change all the jump forward blocks to move forward blocks. So instead of this jump forward, look, I'm going to put it, it's the same. Move forward by length instead of jump forward by length. So then I'm going to take out my jump forward, and then I'm going to put in another move forward by length. and take out the jump. I'm going to put them here because I'm going to use them again. I just want to show you what's going to happen now if we draw our triangle. And then you will see the action that is performed when we jump. So we're going to run. I'm going to go very slowly. Now look at that. Now this is where we jump down, jump across. I wish I could have paused it there. So this, and jump down, jump across. Okay, so we can see that what is happening if I put move forward. I draw these extra lines in my code. Okay, these extra lines. But if I jump, it does the same thing. It turns, it jumps to this point, it jumps to this point, and only then does it start drawing a new triangle. Okay, so that is a nice illustration of what the jump does. Let me quickly just put my jump inside again because I don't want the lines. Put in jump, and I'm going to take out my move blocks. There we go. I've changed my move blocks to jump blocks again. Okay, so let's reset and run it again. I'm running it slowly. Look at that. He turns, he jumps, and then only draws the new triangle. Okay, so I hope that that shows you guys nicely exactly what happens. Turns, jumps, and then only draws the triangle. Okay, great stuff, guys. So now we can move on to puzzle number 8. Now, puzzle number 8, you can see we are using the exact same code that we had. I actually want to put this on the outside. I can't do that. I have to put it on the inside. Okay. Now we have 4 triangles and not just 3. It's exactly the same as our previous one. So if you don't want to double check just to see what exactly happens when you are here, how many of you, maybe you can just type it to me in the chat box quickly, how many of you have done this one at home? How many of you have done this puzzle at home? Because I didn't receive a message from or an email from anybody, but I hope some of you finished this puzzle at home. Okay, so I think I saw Taryn's hand go up first. So I'm going to unmute Taryn if I can. I don't see Taryn now. Maybe she's gone out. Oh, there's Taryn. Okay, I'm going to unmute Taryn. Hi, Taryn.
I put up my hand because I was going to say that there was something wrong in the code.
Was there some?
Yes.
Okay.
While you go diagonally down, there's 4 triangles, not 3.
Say one more time.
When you go diagonally down, there isn't 3 triangles this time, there's 4.
Yes, you are right. But remember, the code that is in the block is the code from the previous puzzle. I just ran it so we can all see where we are, what the code that we already have, where we actually need to carry on from. So you are quite right. We have to change our code. Now we don't have 3 triangles. We have 4 triangles. Well spotted. Thank you, Taryn.
The first loop you put a 4 instead of a 3.
There we go. Thank you very much. Thanks, Taryn. I'm going to reset and run so we can see what happens up until this point. Okay, so let's quickly run that. Taryn spotted that we need to change it to 4. There we go. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now, look at where we ended. Because we repeated the code 4 times, our little artist still jumped down to this point over here. Okay? And remember, we needed that in our previous puzzle, in our previous triangles. Otherwise, our artist won't jump down. So now we have to remember, if we want to go back up, how far up do we need to go to get to this point? So who can tell me quickly, how are we going to get from where we are right now to this point of our new triangle? How are we going to get to that point? Does anybody know how are we going to get to that point? And I see Miracle's got her hand up, so I'm quickly going to unmute Miracle. Hi, Miracle, how are you? Okay, I can't hear Miracle, so let's try next in line. I think was Zivan. Let's unmute Zivan. Hi, Zivan, how are you? Miracle says she doesn't have a microphone. Okay, and Zivan's doesn't want to unmute.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Yeah, Zivan forgot a little bit. Okay, Zivan, so tell us, how are we going to get from where we are right now to the first point of our next triangle?
Okay, I'm just trying the degrees.
Okay. But we don't have degrees in this one, so we're going to have to use it just by turning left or... Oh, we have degrees. Sorry, yes, no problem. Remember, just turning left or right is 90 degrees.
Yes.
Okay. So what are we going to do next?
You are going to say turn left by
Turn left.
8 degrees.
8 degrees.
Under it.
Okay, let's say 8, just 8 degrees.
Sorry, 7. I'm just trying the degrees still.
Look at the little block if you open. Look how small an 8-degree turn is. Look how small an 8-degree turn is. Remember, if you want, go bigger numbers. If I put in 30, you'll see it's a bigger number.
The repeat 4 times needs to become repeat 3 times.
That is 4 times to get to this point. Because there are 4 triangles now. It's not just 3 triangles, 4 triangles.
Yes.
90, I'm going to help you out. 90 degrees. You're going to turn 90 degrees. Turn left by 90 degrees. What are we going to do after we've turned 90 degrees?
You're going to say move forward.
Move forward or jump forward?
Move forward.
Remember, we don't want to draw a line. We just want to look at where we are right now in the puzzle.
And
we need to
that
move.
repeat 4 times needs to be the repeat 3 times.
On what puzzle are you now, Zivan?
On puzzle 8.
On puzzle 8. Okay, I'm going to do what you said. Repeat 3 times. And then?
Oh no, I can't remember.
I'm going to do what I'm going to just repeat it 3 times and quickly show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then we don't have the next triangle. So we do need to repeat that 4 times to draw the 4th triangle. So the 3 needs to be 4. Repeat 4 times because there are 4 triangles coming down. Then we are going to turn left by 90 degrees. And who can tell me how far up do I have to move? I have to jump forward. Remember, each step was 50. So I'm going to jump forward 2 times. Jump forward 2 times. I'm going to use a repeat. Jump forward 2 times by length. And remember, our length is 50. We want to move 100. So we want to move forward by 100. So we're going to jump forward 2 times. So let's reset. There we go. Zoe said 100. Sia said 100. So guys, yes. And remember, our length is 50. So that is why I'm repeating it 2 times. Okay. So let's quickly run and see what happens. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. And then I jump and look at that. I am ready on that next triangle. So now I can either draw this triangle the way I'm facing, or I can turn first. Let's turn first. Turn right. This time I'm going to turn right. Turn right by 90. So I can face the same direction. And then remember, I used my comment block to show my code for the triangle. Here's my code for the triangle. And how many triangles am I going to use? I'm going to just copy all of this. So move forward by length and turn left by 120. So I'm going to copy that entire code because that's my triangle. And I'm going to move, whoopsie. I'm going to make my screen a little bit shorter so it doesn't move up and down like that. There we go. So I can, okay, so then I move forward by length and I turn left by 120. Let's reset and run to see if everything that I've done, if it is actually working. I'm going to speed it up. There we go. Whoops, look at that. I shouldn't have turned left here. I should have faced right. Okay. And remember, a triangle needs to be repeated three sides. I need to put that inside. There's my triangle. So let's reset again and let's run it again and see what happens. There we go. So I've got that part done. Okay, so now all I need to do is get to this position over here to move. Okay, so I will show you later on how we're going to change the blocks, because there are 1 or 2 places where we can save some blocks. But right now, just for us to be able to solve this and see how we're going to get there, I want you guys to don't worry about the workspace. I will show you once we've completed it where we could have made some changes. Okay, so don't worry if we use too many blocks right now. This is just so that we can actually solve this puzzle. Okay, so let me quickly see. I see another hand up. Oh, Miracle said she doesn't have, oh, he doesn't have a microphone. Okay, no problem. There we go. So guys, what are we going to do from this point to solve or to get to that point over there? Remember, we can go forward, turn, jump forward, and then we can repeat. So it will almost be the same as what we've done over here. Jump forward, turn, because here we just came down. Now we just have to go up. Okay, so let's quickly see what's going to happen. If I want to get over there, I'm going to jump forward 50, turn left, jump forward 50, and turn right to face in the same direction. So let's quickly see. I'm going to move forward. I am going to, no, I'm not going to move forward. Sorry, guys. I'm going to jump forward. I'm going to turn left. I'm going to jump forward. And I'm going to turn right. And these are all going to be at 90-degree angles. And Dante says he's found it. Okay, Dante's back in. There we go. And Miracle said he's a bit confused. But don't worry, guys. This is why we figure it out. That's why I say, even if you use more blocks, don't worry about that. Write the code, and then only after we've written the code, then we will check to see if there's anything we can repeat. Okay. Is there anything that we can change to make some steps shorter? So don't focus on that. I know many of you really focus on that. It's like, oh no, I've used more. Don't worry. Let's write the code first because it's all practice. Let's write the code and then see what we can come up with. Okay, and once we've figured it out, then we can go and make changes. Okay, so don't worry about that. I'm just waiting for it on my side. It's a little slow. Okay, so here we've got all that. Oh, we need to put in length. And we need to put in length. And let's quickly see if we can get all of them. And then we can go and see if we can work on this by because we currently have 41 blocks. What are we going to do to make it 35? So then we will actually look at that. Okay, so let's quickly reset and run. Okay, so almost we just have then to repeat that 2 times and see if it works. Oops, that one is upside down. Okay, now we just need to change that one quickly. I had to turn right here. I think that's my problem. Right and not left. Let's reset and run. There we go. Look at that. So we have actually completed our code. We've done what our code or our instructions asked. But now we can see we've used too many blocks. Oh no, but that's not a problem. You did it. Now find the pattern in your code and take out the extra blocks. Look at that. They tell us. Find the pattern. Okay? You did it. Find the pattern in your code and take out the extra blocks. You can only use 4 of these blocks. So that's what I said, guys. Don't worry about using too many. Now that we've done the code, now we're going to try and see where we can change something to actually make our code a lot shorter. And they said we can only use 4 of those blocks. Here we've used 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here's one that we used a 5th block. So I'm sure that that one over there is going to be our problem. And we need to fix that. So I want to see first if you guys can spot where a code actually repeats itself, or how we can find a pattern where we will repeat something 2 times. What can we do to repeat the pattern? Now let me give you a clue. Right now we've got, and I think this is what Zivan wanted to do, but he wasn't quite sure how to do it. Here we have 4 triangles coming down and 2 going up if we look at our code. So we've got 4 going up, and here we've got 4 coming down, 2 going up. Okay, so let's quickly see Catherine. I'm going to unmute Catherine. Now, if we're looking for a pattern, okay, Catherine, I'm trying to unmute you. You can just check and say, there we go. What do you think? Where can we make a change, Catherine?
So you must take away this whole jump forward by length and everything like that.
Yes. I'm going to put that on this side here. You are quite right, because remember, guys, like I said, we are trying to find a pattern that repeats itself. And if we go 3 triangles here and 3 triangles here, then already we've got a number that is repeating itself. Okay, so yes, there's nothing wrong with our first part, all that, and then we'll stop over there, and then we will jump to the second one. So yes, Catherine, what are we going to do next?
Then you're going to repeat it 2 times.
2 times? What am I going to repeat 2 times?
You're going to repeat the turn left by 90 degrees, jump forward by length pixels, jump forward by length pixels, and turn right by.
Okay, there we go. Yes, so look at this, guys. We are going to take out all this. Now, instead of having 4 triangles, because remember, this is what I always tell you guys, we're writing object for object, or line for line, or block for block. So we came down and we wanted to do 4 triangles, and then we did 2. But now if we're looking for a pattern where we can find something that's the same, we have 3 over here, and we have 3 over here. So I'm going to take out all that. I'm going to put this together, and you will see if I put this, I'm going to throw this one away. If I put this one next to it, let's put this one next to it over here. Look at what we've got. We've got a repeat 3 times, repeat 3 times. So this is our triangle. Jump forward, turn left. So that is identical. So if I put this here, we could have even made this even shorter. Let's quickly, we've got that. Now we just have to remember, what do we have to do now? We've got it 2 times. We just have to repeat that also 3 times, because now we have 3 triangles going up and not just 2 going up. So you think that will work, Catherine? Okay, I think Catherine muted herself again. So let's run Catherine's code and let's quickly see. I'm going to go slowly so we can see once we... Ooh, I didn't change that up there. Sorry guys, I need to change that up there. Don't want it 4 times. There's now still 4 coming. Oh, now I've made 5 coming down. Reset. Run. Make it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. And now we're coming up. And then we've got 3 triangles coming up. If we look at this, let's go back there. The code still says, if we stop over here, our new triangle, how are we going to get to our new triangle? We're going to move forward by length, turn left. So we're just repeating it all the time. And then this was our last step over here. So it finished us, and then we would just go up. So look at that. Everything in 35 blocks. I actually just want to see something quickly. If we did that and we put that in a repeat block as well, I think maybe, and we change that to a 2. Let's try and run it again. Now we've got 3 repeats within each other. Let's see if that actually works. It's not going to work because our turning points are different. I didn't see my turning points. Sorry guys, that's my mistake. Let's take that repeat out. Why can't we repeat that 2 times? I don't know why I even tried that, because the only thing is here we turned right to come down. On this side, we have to turn left to go up. So that's the only difference. If I can put them over on top of each other like that, you see they are identical, except for the way we turn. When we came down, we turned right first, then left, and when we went up, we turned left first and then right. So there we go, and I'm going to put that at the bottom, and I'm going to throw that piece away. And I'm going to run it, and then we'll go all the way to the end. And I see Taryn wants to see the top. There we go. And Gabriel said he did not do that, but he also finished the puzzle. Guys, this is what I've been telling you guys as well, is we don't always think about things the same way. So we might all have done it in a different way and still did it. Remember the first one, we also did it. We just used a couple of extra blocks until we spotted the pattern that repeats itself. So well done if you did it in a different way. So please send it to me and I can share it with everybody to show them how you did yours. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys then puzzle number 9 as homework. Here we go. Oops, we actually need the triangles to be 60 pixels wide with 60 pixel jumps. But that one is easy. So all we need to do here is we are going to change. And this is what I meant, an easy fix. Just change that to 60, and then all the length puzzle blocks that we've done is going to change to 60 as well. So this one is a bit easy for you guys. And there we go. If we look at that, our triangles are bigger, our spaces are bigger, just by changing one number. One number, and everything is bigger and wider apart. So that one was nice and easy. Let's quickly look at number 10. I think maybe I'll give you number 10 as a... There we go. I want you guys to try and solve number 10 as a homework puzzle. Okay, remember, I'm going to post my address in the chat box. mchaldenace81@gmail.com. There we go. Solve this. Try and solve this puzzle for me. If you can't, it's okay. You can even remember, use your light bulbs as tips if you want to do that. And yes, Dante is asking, do we have a test for coding? We are going to have some puzzles, just like code.org puzzles, and you just have to solve them for me. So it might be a puzzle from our previous lessons. So I've put them all out already. So I'm going to ask you questions about solve this puzzle using a loop, solve this puzzle using a variable, solve this puzzle using nested loops. So you will just have puzzles we have practiced, and I want you guys to solve them for me. But guys, thank you very much. Well done. These are a little difficult, but thank you for being positive and for coming back and keep trying to do this. The more we practice, the better we become. So guys, then I will see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. And please send me your homework puzzles, please. There's my email address and the school's email address. Then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful afternoon, guys, and have fun. Bye-bye.